she's so relaxing to watch and to listen to. So basically, our video, she went down the alphabet and just let people know random facts about her for each letter of the alphabet. And I'm going to be doing the same thing in this video. The only thing different is that I'm going to be letting you all know some of my favorite artists and bands to listen to. Some of these were a little difficult to narrow down, and there are a couple of letters that I have multiple artists for. So I hope that you all will enjoy this video, and I hope that you find it relaxing. I think that after this video, I am going to do a video with quotes for next week, and then after that, I will get back into the Get to Know Me series. I'm trying to mix things up a little bit. I've had a lot of requests for quotes videos, so I'm trying to include those at least once a month in with the Get to Know Me series. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this list. For the letter A, I have Aerosmith. For the letter B, I have Boy George, and I also put the Beatles. And I know it's kind of one extreme to the other, but I have always been a huge, huge Boy George fan. I mean, just crazy about him. And it felt weird to not include the Beatles in this because I'm a huge Beatles fan as well. So I could not narrow it down. I could not choose between the two, so I put both of them. And for the letter C, in keeping with the Boy George theme, I have Culture Club. Again, they're just amazing, and I loved all of their stuff when they were a group, and now I love all of the solo stuff that Boy George has done. Okay, so for the letter D, I had another really tough choice to make, and I could not make it, but it's between Darren Hayes and Daltrey. Darren Hayes is from the group Savage Garden, and I was a big fan of the group when they were together. However, I prefer his solo work over what he did in Savage Garden. And then Daltrey, just amazing. I have so many songs on my iPod of theirs that I don't know, it's like I can listen to certain songs of theirs and just instantly go back to a certain time in my life when I was going through certain things or experiencing certain things, and some of the lyrics are just so perfect. So I had to include them in this list, or on this list, I guess I should say. I'm only 30 and I'm already messing up. I don't know why, but sometimes I still get nervous when I make these whispered rambles, and you would think that after all this time it would be so normal to me, and in a way it is, but for whatever reason I have to start and stop sometimes a million times before I actually really get going. So let's continue. For the letter E, I have the Eagles, of course. I don't even know who would be anywhere near them as far as bands or artists that start with the letter E. I really, really want to go back and see them in concert again, and I'm hoping that I'll get to eventually. Even if I have to wait 5 years, it would definitely be worth it. I love all of their stuff from their really, really, really early stuff up until the most recent. They're great. For the letter F, I have Foreigner. Love, love, love Foreigner. They're definitely one of my top bands. For the letter G, oh gosh, this was another one that was so difficult. Okay, so my number one is definitely Garth Brooks. You guys already know. Number two, very, very close behind Garth Brooks, is George Strait. He's another one that I grew up listening to, and I've always just had a connection to his music. So those are my two for the letter G. artist that I really, really enjoyed listening to. I thought about including the Isley Brothers, but once again, I don't know. I don't listen to them that often, so I left that one blank as well. Moving on, for the letter J, I have Journey. Love Journey. For the letter K, I have Kenny Chesney. And I'm realizing now that a big portion of this list is going to go to country music artists, which in some ways, I mean, I love country music, but it's kind of weird because that's definitely not what I listen to all of the time. I feel like I have a pretty good collection as far as music goes, but it's interesting though to see these names and that most of them are going to be country music artists. But anyway, the letter L, I have Lionel Richie, and I saw him in concert. I believe it was November of 2005 at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, and he was great. It was one of the best concerts that I've ever been to. Not as good as Garth Brooks, but he was up there. The letter M, I have Michael Jackson, of course. The letter N, this one was really hard. There was not anyone, again, that I thought was deserving to be on this list. And when I say deserving, I mean someone that I listen to, the majority of the time. Someone whose songs has a high number on my iPod, or my playlist, I should say. I was going to put the Notorious B.I.G., but honestly, I really don't listen to him that much anymore. I did at one time, especially when I was younger. But for the sake of this list, no one made the cut. For the letter O, I wrote down O-Town, and I mentioned this in one of my Get to Know Me videos that they are my favorite boy band from the boy band era. I listen to their music all of the time. Even my brother, who is, how old is he now? He's almost 21. He listens to them too. We kind of got hooked on their second CD when it first came out, and there are some really good songs on there. So we still listen to them to this day. For the letter B, I put the Pointer Sisters. Just classic goodness. I love them. They're another group that when I listen to their songs, it reminds me of when I was little growing up in Ohio, because they were such a big part of my childhood. My mom always had their music playing, and so I have good memories associated with a lot of their songs. For the letter Q, I have the band Queen. Of course, I don't know who would even be close to them. I mean, they're just amazing. Freddie Mercury was beyond talented, so I had to put them for the letter Q. And as always, there's a plane flying overhead. Oh, this is so annoying. I feel like I mention this in every video because it happens in every video, and then people tell me that I should stop mentioning it. But it's just frustrating when it's been so quiet outside, and then I come down here and it's like Grand Central Station. There are planes and trains and cars and everything you can think of to interrupt a video. Alright, moving on. The letter R. I put Randy Travis for this, and not necessarily because he's someone that I listen to a ton, but he's another one that I grew up listening to, and I have to smile when a few of his songs come on, because it's the same thing with the Pointer Sisters. I just have some really good memories associated with some of his songs. Now for the letter S, I couldn't pick, and I know I should be able to, because it's between Stevie Wonder and Sam Smith. Stevie Wonder, definitely a legend. He's amazing. And Sam Smith is so new to the scene, but I connect with him in some strange way, and I think he's adorable, and I may have somewhat of a small, slight crush on him. Stevie Wonder is just a legend, so I had to mention him. Now for the letter T, most of you probably already know how obsessed I am with Taylor Swift. Yeah, it's really bad. Whenever she puts a new CD out, I have to go get it that day, and I have to go to Target to make sure that I get the deluxe version of the CD for whatever extras they are going to throw in. And I'm not kidding you, I will have the entire thing memorized within 2 days. I mean, every lyric to every song. That's how crazy I am about her and her music. But she's another one that a lot of songs, the lyrics are just so perfect because it reminds me of certain places that I was in my life, several years ago, and it's just great. So I definitely am a big Taylor Swift fan. For the letter U, nothing. I was going to put Usher, but I was just going to put that down to have something there. And honestly, it's not that I don't care for him anymore, but I don't keep up with him. I don't keep up with his music. If someone were to give me a free copy of one of his CDs, I don't even know if I would listen to it. And I know that's bad because I used to really like him, and it's not anything specific that I can think of, but I don't care for him like I used to. I don't want to say my music tastes have changed, but maybe they have, because when I was younger, and I can't say younger, well, I was younger, but when I was in middle school and high school, I listened to a lot of rap and R&B, and now as I'm older, I've kind of gotten back to the stuff that I grew up listening to. So I guess you just change, your preference changes as you get older, maybe. I don't know, at least that's how it seems with me. Alright, for the letter V, I have Vonda Shepard. I think she has an amazing voice, and I have a lot of her CDs, a ton of her CDs. She did a lot. I think she did all of the Ally McBeal soundtracks, if I'm not mistaken. I know I mentioned Ally McBeal in one of my Get to Know Me videos, how crazy I was about the show. And that's when I actually started listening to Vonda Shepard. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she had a duet with Robert Downey Jr. on one of the episodes, and that's how I got into her music. I had to get that song, and I had to get the CD, so I bought it, and then from there, it just kind of snowballed, and I wanted everything that she had ever done. So I think she's great, very talented. For W, I have Whitney Houston. There's no one that would even come close. So definitely Whitney Houston is on this list. I was actually just listening to one of her live CDs last night, and it's just so sad. She was so incredibly talented. I mean, there was no one, when she was at her prime, there was no one who could match her. And yeah, I was going to say something about Beyonce, but I'm not even going to go there because I know how people feel about Beyonce, and I don't even want to start a comment more, so well, I'll just leave it at that. Alright, for X and Y, nothing. I don't have anything because I could not come up with anyone that I really, really enjoyed listening to. And finally, for the letter Z, I have Zac Brown Band. They're awesome. I don't know what it is, but I love listening to their music, especially when we go to the beach. That's kind of like, it's really funny because every year when we go to the beach, as far as I know, she was the first one to come up with this in the ASMR community. So I'm going to link her video and check that out, and subscribe to her if you have not already.